Hello and welcome back to Rogue Trader. We are still on the Hulk. We still have to fight the Forgefiend potentially, although, you know, we might redo the conversation and get different options, so we have to potentially fight one of those. But before that, I think what would make a lot of sense is probably leveling up. But before that, I just want to have a look at what our injuries are. So we have head trauma, which lowers a bunch of stats on here, which I don't think are that relevant. We have this one which lowers agility. Agility probably is relevant, and the same for him. Agility is probably relevant on all three of these, although maybe less relevant on him, although it does affect his lethality. The reason I want to have a look at those is I'm wondering whether we can leave and come back. Let's maybe have a look. And if we can, it might be worth replacing Jay. Now, the reason why we might want to replace Jay, or potentially... yeah, it would probably be Jay we'd replace. Is because her weapons don't seem to be the ideal ones against this boss. I'm not entirely sure, but it seems like someone else might be better. Either that, or we want to all in on someone like Jay and bring in Cassia, and then maybe use turns to kill all the ones on the outside really quickly, and then we can focus on the boss. So let's return to voidship first of all. I just want to see what happens here. So literally all we're doing is we're going to the voidship. We can go back to the Hulk. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's level up everybody here then, because that makes a lot of sense to me. Right, let's start with us. Also, I'm not sure whether we can leave the system and then come back. Based on how other Owlcat games work, I don't see any reason why we couldn't leave entirely and come back. RP-wise, it's a little bit weird, but in terms of survival, it's pretty sensible. Anyway, let's see what we get. So we actually get something here. So this is our heroic ability, I think, or is this something different? Yes, this is okay. Our heroic act. The Grand Strategist chooses one combat tactics area. Every ally inside that area gains an additional turn with 1 AP and 2 MP at the start of the Grand Strategist's next turn. Okay, so they don't gain it immediately, but they'll gain it on your next turn. For every enemy that was killed in the selected combat area, the additional AP is increased by +1 up to a maximum of 3, and the MP is increased by +2 up to a maximum of 6. Okay, interesting. So, the idea is you say, that's the area, everyone in that area can get a bonus. It doesn't say they have to stay in the area, but maybe they do, I'm not entirely sure. But essentially, if you can kill enemies that are in that area, you get more AP. So you kind of want to put, like, say the front line on like 3 or 4 people and then 3 or 4 enemies, kill them, and then that will allow you to get these bonuses. Although I guess when I say 3 or 4 enemies, I mean 3 or less enemies because the maximum is 3. Okay, cool. This is going to be a very quick level up. That's all I can say. Unyielding Guard. Until their next turn, the Vanguard attacks each enemy that attacks the Vanguard's allies in a 3-cell radius around the Vanguard. Additionally, until their next turn, the Vanguard always retaliates when attacked. Cool. I think his other one is better, but cool. Here, Steady Superiority. Until the end of combat, the Arch-Militant can make 1 additional attack each turn, including 1 additional attack on the turn this heroic act was used. The first attack after using this ability and each turn afterward costs 0 AP. That is incredible. Okay. J. Let's see. Oh, it's the wrong one. Orchestrated Firestorm. The Master Tactician selects a 3x3 zone on the battlefield. All allies, including the Master Tactician, have line of sight to any enemies in the selected zone to make an immediate single attack against a random enemy within the zone that they can target with their weapons. Okay. Interesting. Cool. Here. Dispatch. The assassin makes an attack with the current weapon against an enemy. The attack cannot miss and deals 50% more damage. Okay, that's pretty good. Also deals additional damage equal to 25% of the target's missing wounds. The assassin's dodge reduction, armor penetration, and parry reduction are doubled for this attack. I see. That's pretty good. Okay. Heinrichs. Now, I want to have a look at him first. Somebody suggested that Killing Edge does not do what I think it does. Okay. The assassin attacks and grants 40% dodge to the target for this attack. Ah. Yeah, no, that does not do what I think it does. I thought it was giving us 40% dodge. No, it gives the target 40% dodge. So basically, it makes it less likely to hit, but we do more damage. Okay, it's still not terrible, but like, you know, it's not quite what I thought it was. We already know what he's getting. He's getting dispatch. He's getting the same thing that everyone else is getting. Alright, Cassia. You're getting orchestrated formation. And then Idira. Oh, you get a new one. Wild Hunt. The bounty hunter simultaneously makes several attacks. The number of attacks is equal to the number of prey in combat. These attacks are equally divided among all prey in the bounty hunter's line of sight. The attacks always hit and always score critical hits. Oh, cool. Right. That seems like that's very useful. Okay. Cool. Now we've done that. I guess we're going back to the Hulk. Now, is this the squad we want? Let's think about how we're going to do this here. Argenta is actually a lot weaker here than you might expect. The reason why she's a lot weaker is because we don't have a ton of enemies. We have one enemy and then like 4 ads, right? She is not going to be the person shooting the enemy. Because in theory, we get 1 attack per turn, because otherwise it will retaliate with, you know, ridiculous amounts of force. So actually, maybe we take Argenta out. And maybe put Idira in. She's very good at single target shots, and she will help stack up our stacking bonus from Operative. I think that could be good. Now Cassia. Cassia is good at providing buffs. The question is, who would we take out for Cassia? It might be Jay, but Jay also has huge amounts of stacking that we could get in order to do like 1 big attack on a turn. So I don't know. We could take Heinrichs out because the void is too much, actually. Let's take Heinrichs out and bring in Cassia because there's too much void degradation for him to be useful. Yeah, let's do that. Means we have basically no frontline. We just have Abelard, but let's be honest, if Abelard dies, we're screwed, right? One way or another, if Abelard is dead, like, we're screwed. So, it doesn't really matter if we only have Abelard. Because if Abelard dies, then that's the end of it anyway. Right. So, let's head in here, and let's try this again. Okay. So, we know where this conversation goes, so let's go into it again and just try and remember what things to choose to do them in the right order. So we say it's symbols of chaos. May go speak with your brother. There we go. What evil are you talking about? We persuasion 5, which is actually much higher success chance than we had previously. Boom. And in comes this thing. Sorry, I was trying to press enter on a numpad like an idiot. Obviously, you press enter on you know, on the main keyboard. Yeah. Right. So we have 4 ads here. So kill the ads, kill the thing. Ideally kill the Vox skulls first. Let's see. And we want to spread out as much as possible. What's interesting is I'm not sure cover matters that much here. I do think what we should do is we should try and separate ourselves. So we should like maybe go over here. We should try and send Idira over here. And you see what I mean? Like try and separate our group. Just so the AoE spells don't hit us. Spells? Well, it's not really spells, but you get what I'm meaning. Right. Abelard's there. Cassia. Over here. Idira. Over here. I know that we're potentially putting these people in danger. Jay, over here. And Pascal. Pascal is going to go here. Here. At least give him cover, you know? In which case I want Jay to move a little bit further away. She cannot. Okay, Pascal is going to go here, and Jay is going to go there. Wonderful. Right. Let's see what we're going to do here. What did I get? Combat Locust Stratagem. 1 round, the target area's bonuses are doubled. All other tactical areas are discharged and cannot be used this turn, but can be designated again next turn. I mean, this seems really useful. That, I think, is probably great for us, but let's hold off right now. Let's give a little dodge to you. You're the one I'm most worried about right now, but let's not worry about that. I'm going to drop that in here, just to try and keep you alive. Then rear of... Well, where are we ending our turn? We're ending our turn up here. Let's stick rear there.
I'll make it happen.
Okay. So immediately, I want to get out of here, and I want to shoot the Vox Skull. Let's go up here. Give ourselves extra damage, thanks to Surefire Plan. And then just quite simple... I can't see? Are you kidding me? What do you mean I can't see? Alright, well if I go here, 40% to hit. Why is my hit 40% there? Okay. Should be like really high. Maybe they're in something that counts as cover. I don't know. Let's use this.
Don't let your guard down.
Perfect shot should increase our stuff there. There is a chance we hit the big guy, which I don't want to do. Alright, shoot it. We'll take 55% chance. Nice. And then I'm going to start stacking, yeah, stacking whatever this is called, exploits on the boss to just increase our percentage of damage that we're going to do.
I've never felt pain.
We knew there was a chance that happened, right? We knew there was a chance somebody just got absolutely destroyed. It would have been ideal not to be her, but we knew there was a chance. Right. J. Let's figure this one out here. Kind of want to give Abelard some power-ups and get him to attack the boss.
Don't get too
or at least
cocky.
stand next to the boss. Yeah, let's give him some
I can
movement.
do that with the right incentive.
He goes next anyway. So let's get him... I could get him over here to attack the servitor, actually. Yeah, and then he can attack the boss next on his turn. Right. And then give him another turn. Okay. So we're going to use this turn to just go crazy. So, do that.
I'd rather not.
I have realized the flaw in my plan here.
Sure hand.
Yeah, you see, he got a counter. He did that last time as well. I don't think he's meant to get a counter, but okay. Then we're going to give ourselves some temporary wounds to work with. Okay. Jay? I think you're fine. Abelard. I could try charging over here. It would give attack of opportunity. I think that would be fine. I'm actually fine just taking the attack of opportunity, honestly. Oh, we didn't get one. Oh, that's fine then. Oh, because it already used its reaction.
Victory is
Alright,
imminent.
sworn enemy. Bulwark.
At your beck and call.
Some
will
more
be
endure. I don't know if that stacks. It probably doesn't. And then hit it.
I will do my duty.
It shouldn't counter. It did counter. Why did it counter? Let me read this, what it's got again. Raging Fiend. When it suffers damage for the first round in combat, it becomes enraged and strikes back after every additional attack suffered this round. It shouldn't attack on the first round, but it did. Alright. Well, you know. That's fine, I guess. You know, it's the it shouldn't, but it did, so what am I going to do about it?
It will
Right,
be
let's
done.
taunt everything. That's fine. Can I see why it attacked? It says gained an extra turn. I don't know. Okay. It's fine. Pascal? We would love to mark you. Get an opening. Go here. And just hit for a lot of damage, basically. Although, I just looked at Void Degradation. We could potentially bring in Heinrichs if we want to do this again. Okay, and then shoot. Nobody's in that line, right? No. Yeah, shoot. Okay, that seems good. Apply more stacks. We could potentially lower its armor and dodge. I don't think that's worth doing. I think stacking is more important. Parry is good. Okay. We have two options here. We can do this one, but we could also do Finest Hour. Give a whole other turn to somebody if we wanted to. I kind of want to do Finest Hour up there so that we can take a shot at this one and kill the other Vox Skull. Can I see you? No. Alright, Finest Hour on Malachi.
I'll show you why navigators are feared.
Might be a little bit overkill, but, you know. I do really want the Vox Skulls dead. This is going much better than last time already, so...
It's as good as done.
I mean, I don't think we're going to win, but it's going much better than last time. Okay. We can double the bonuses in here. Might be worth doing. How long does it last? Next round. I mean, we're going to be first on the round order anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Let's apply more stacks. There we go. Okay, so more stacks are applied. End. We can inspire. We can also voice of command. We've already got voice of command on there. How much damage does this do? Almost nothing. Okay. Yeah, I kind of want to inspire Abelard here just to increase his damage. Apparently, you got more temporary stacks from that. I forget how they get that. It might be if they're under the effect of one of these, then you gain temporary wounds. That sounds like something I would have taken. Use get back in the fight to give the target temporary wounds.
Me, if you
there we
insist,
go.
Lord Captain.
Okay, that seems very good. And then, like, maybe go hide in the corner.
I have read tomes of military tactics.
Okay. Oh, then Cassia gets a turn. Wait, that was her extra turn? Now it's her turn. Okay. I could use Inspire again to give Abelard more stacks.
If I may.
Okay. Then I can give him another turn. And I'm not going to hit that thing, but I am going to hit this one.
Victory is an exemplary strike.
Nice. Do you still have Sworn Enemy on you? You do. Okay. We do not have Bulwark applied anymore. There's Bulwark. Could give ourselves some temporary deflection.
I
Sure.
will do my duty.
Let's do that. Right. And then a Glimpse of Fate yourself so you can dodge if we need to. Good. Now it's our turn. We'd love to kill the Servitor. Obviously not necessarily an option. How much is this doing? It's doing some damage. Okay. I mean, double the bonuses in here. Seems like a sensible thing to do.
If not me.
Gets rid of all of our other zones, but that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. Then apply this. Yeah, then we want to overwhelm in this area as well, because there's no reason not to. Okay. Could use joint analysis, but I think we're fine on that. I think I'm going to just end my turn. Forgefiend gets a turn.
My ears are ringing.
Did 6 damage to Abelard. Yeah, this is kind of what we're after here. Would love to do some damage to that Servitor. Let's get behind. And then maybe do some... Yeah, let's get behind. Let's buff Pascal a little bit here, just so we can buff somebody. Let's shoot you.
Am I getting paid for this?
And immediately attacks Abelard, which is seems kind of unfair to him, but whatever. Then
Don't
shoot
get
again.
too cocky.
Immediately attacks Abelard. Okay. It seems to be showing like this every time. I don't really understand why he attacks every single time. Yeah, none of these make any sense for why he keeps attacking. I don't think he should. So it says that he gains an extra turn to attack, but there's nothing on it that says that they should gain an extra turn. Anyway,
You've got a problem?
give Abelard an
I've
extra
got a
turn.
prize.
Use it to apply Sworn Enemy to the boss. You still have Bulwark. We still have Temporary Wounds. Let's attack here. Nice. Does barely any damage. End turn. End turn. We do not have Bulwark applied, so let's apply Bulwark.
It will be done.
Okay. We have Sworn Enemy applied to you. Let's attack. Okay. That's fine. Oh yeah, they do have to take the willpower resistance test each time as well. Let's taunt. And
Victory
then
is imminent.
endure, and then you know what? Let's just reapply Sworn Enemy to make sure it's applied, because I've ran out of anything else to use my AP on. Right, Pascal. Simple task for you. 1, get behind cover. Could apply this debuff, I suppose, which would increase enemies' recoil. Yeah, okay. And give enemies a penalty to dodge, not that they really do. Could also use Machine Spirit Banishment. Let's Machine Spirit Banishment the Forgefiend to lower its statistics. What, does that work? Well, it should reduce its yeah, it should reduce its damage by 38%, which is nice. It's not a machine, I think, so no, that will not do anything. Then maybe apply this to us, maybe? Can I do that over... I can't hit both of them? Can if I don't hit the boss, but hitting the boss seems like a major positive here. There we go. And then I want to apply more stacks. There we go. Cool. Servitor gets a turn. We parry. Voice of Command on J to increase stats. Okay. We're then going to use Inspire on Abelard.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Increases damage. We already have this on us. Oh, we don't... Yeah, we won't have enough AP to apply it anyway. That's fine. Abelard? I was thinking do this for this turn. Hit both of them. Yeah.
You a target. Just
Okay.
a minor setback.
Knocked him over slightly, but that's okay. He's fine. He is a little bit far away from the boss, but he's fine. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how I can get... I could use this to get him closer. And then just continually attack. He did do 0 damage to Abelard. The other thing I could do is potentially try and turn the boss around slightly, but... Let's see.
No matter the cost.
Right, Daring Breach. Move up. We're going to mark you as a sworn enemy. Which I think you were anyway, but that redoes it. Endure. I know I'm using my extra attacks to buff, but... You know, I think it's necessary.
At your beck and call.
Okay. Prone effect applied. Oh, he's on the ground. Well, that's less good. Now he's back up. Okay. How much damage are we looking at? Look at that. That damage is huge. Okay. Gonna move front line to here.
I'll make it happen.
Just trying to move it along a little bit. Again, trying to turn it. I don't know if it makes any sense, but my logic is if I have my tank here and it's shooting, we're not going to get any AoE abilities that are going to hurt us. double the effectiveness of the zone, which will actually mean that our damage that we looked at a second ago is different, which is kind of cool. Increase the stacks on the boss.
Personally.
Okay. And then chill? Yeah. Then chill, basically. Oh no, overwhelming stratagem.
I'll make
We might as well use it. That's fine. Then chill. Hey, parried. That's what we like to see. So now I can give Cassia
I can
extra
do that.
stats, which is why I
With the
moved
right
these two a little
incentive.
closer to each other, as I realized that would be a kind of cool thing to do. How many do we have here? We have 49 stacks. That means that we can increase our damage by 4 times by 49%, so 160, 196% extra damage. Okay, I don't think that's high enough yet. I was realizing how ridiculous that sounded. Let's take aim for Abelard, because then he should be able to do more damage, because his damage cannot be reduced by armor. Then I'm going to move
Tell
Abelard.
me, and it is done.
Okay. He is... Oh, can I not... I could charge. Okay. That's fine.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Overwhelming stratagem. Has it actually worked yet? Not as far as I can tell. Do we have sworn enemy on the boss? We do. Do we have bulwark on you? No. Alright, apply bulwark. Okay. I have 0 AP. I could do something else if I wanted to. Let's not bother. Alright. We have bulwark on us. No, we don't. It just ran out. Okay, because I guess because it became our turn again.
Indeed.
Endure. You know what? We don't have enough AP to do more than this anyway, so just to do everything.
At your beck and call.
Right, apply everything in attack. So that does 20 to 25. How much does the other one do? 34 to 40. Is that because it has higher armor pen? It is. Okay, hit
It
it.
will be done.
Okay.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Can't get closer. Okay. Not ideal. Apply extra stacks. Then, Machine Spirit Banishment, which will lower its effective damage. I just want to see how much damage we do. Okay, that's fine. Chill. Yeah. Is this a once per combat? Why can I not do this? Cannot be used again this turn. Okay. Oh, it's got a cooldown of 3 rounds. Okay. That'll do it. Cassia. I'm going to start by inspiring Abelard
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
to increase his stacks of that, which increases damage. We have nobody else who we can voice of command currently. We're going to glimpse of fate Abelard. Then we are going to give him another
Me?
turn.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Okay. And then I'm going to charge. Nice. He is knocked back out, but that's okay. Yeah. He's still got sworn enemy on. Give ourselves
Victory is
extra
imminent.
temporary hit points. I don't know where they would apply, but that's fine. Our turn. That's almost a kill. Okay.
It's as good as done.
Apply more stacks. Okay. Let's
if not me.
give it the stratagem. Okay, so that means stratagem is more powerful, so this should has even higher chance of killing. Then we're going to use surefire plan, which then increases our damage even more. So now we're doing between 90 and 120 damage. And now we shoot it.
On it.
Hit 103. Well, I mean, I tried. Did 103. We got 7 left on it. We should be able to get that 7 damage. We parried. Okay. J, 7 damage. Okay, I might let somebody who actually does damage do that. Although, wait a second. Press the advantage, 57.
Am I getting paid for this?
And I can use finish the job. Yeah, that does it. Alright. Well, there goes my extra damage. I missed. Okay. Take aim, Abelard. Because it is your turn to kill. I don't think shove is really what I need to do. I can't... Oh, I need to charge. It's too close. Wow, actually this was not a good turn for... Okay, that actually was completely wasted. But now give Abelard a full turn with full AP. There we go. Move forward.
Indeed.
Hit it. That was not what I meant to do, but okay. Hit it.
At your beck and call. Reduce to dust.
We killed it. Magos Tiberius Mala. The man's mutilated body is racked by wave after wave of convulsions. Evil. That was evil incarnate. Evil. The corruption that watches us day and night. Suddenly the man raises his head and looks at you straight in the eye. You have banished the evil. You tried to warn me, but I was deaf. The ship. Kiavagama. It followed us from there. Kiavagama, is that where your ship is from? Yes, the man whispers. The ship and the planet, the traitors among our brethren, tormenting the sacred mechanisms, letting corruption into their systems. They turned that which is holy into the unholy. They set these new, twisted machines on us, their tech comrades. We managed to flee, but one of the monsters found its way onto the ship. A tear appears at the corner of his eye. He thrashes frantically in the mess of wires piercing his body. We fought. We cut off one module after another as one cuts away rotting flesh, but it followed. Its invisible influence, the corruption it exuded, it claimed us one by one. The crew were merely humans of flesh and blood. They were so weak, they succumbed so easily. We could not save them from evil, so we gave the ship to the darkness among the stars. But the darkness came for us too. In this last module, where we intended to make our last stand, then I sacrificed myself. I became a filter, a stopper against the corruption emanating from the machine. I succumbed. The corruption came for our souls, the corruption of Kiavagama, traitors. With the last of his efforts, he rasps. The fabricator censor. It all started with him. He was the one who let this taint into the sacred code. He was the one who doomed our brethren. He was the one who spawned the steel monstrosities in the furnace of our planet. Rest in peace, you will be avenged. I was part of the great force that drives the universe. I do not fear the cold of death. A wheezing breath escapes the man's chest and then his eyes close.
I always have a backup
I did see
plan.
goods almost immediately. Diagnoser grants 15 Medicaid. Okay. Anything on the Mad Tech Priests? Not on this side. Anything on the Mad Tech Priests on this side? Anything on... Oh, a lore warp check. Okay, I'm ready. Also a ton of experience for doing the fight.
Just as I planned.
The shell of a demon engine. It was this creation, a horrifying mix of real space technologies and deranged powers of the warp that disrupted the ship's systems and twisted the tech priest's minds. Okay. Cool. I think we got everything. That was much more smooth than I thought it would be. That was very straightforward once we went in with a plan. The plan worked. The plan was the same plan as always, like have Abelard tank everything, but it's not a bad plan. Fundamentally, it's really good. I think taking Argenta out was actually a good idea as well, because it took away the temptation to do anything apart from the plan. Like, Argenta would have done nothing in that fight. I mean, Adira did nothing, but like that's because she got shot immediately and died, but Argenta would have actually just been completely useless. Anyway, is there anything else on here? No. Okay. Nothing else we need to do immediately. Let's have a look at planets, I guess. Yeah, let's go to this one. Let's start scanning. Okay. Nothing. I happen to have read about burning worlds in Pandora. It said that fires there have been raging for close to a century, though no one knows how. How long has this one been burning? Okay. That's kind of cool. We just got a little bit of flavor text here. I'm waiting for her flavor text to finish. I'm assuming it's going to finish, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe her flavor text sits there forever. Yeah, it fades away. Okay. Oh. Oh, and then you can see it again here if you happen to miss it. Okay, cool. Begin scan of the very pink planet. What have we got? Not explored. I got plasma batteries. Nice. Head up here. We have a weird looking planet. Study 10 planets. We can now give the planetary data to Opticon 22 to finish that quest. Smuggler's cache. Frag grenades, crack grenades, medikits, plus some goods. That's fine. Then provisions. Do you want to set up things to get provisions? I don't think we need to. No, I think I'm okay. But it's good to know that it's here. Yeah, so we have a couple things that we know about here. We have adamantine and we have provisions. But I think it's time to leave. Yeah, I think we're done here. Okay, cool. That was a successful system explore. I felt like potentially some of the things were a little out of our reach. As in, I wasn't entirely sure I was happy with our level for the Forgefiend, but we did it. And that's what matters. Right, here, we could head back to Furabundus. I kind of feel like we should just head forward to Trinitos. And I know it doesn't go to our destination, but there might be a connection from here that goes to a destination. Yeah, let's go there. Now, you might be like, why don't you go back and finish your quest in Footfall? I just don't think it's going to be that necessary. I think it'll be fine. I might go down to unsafe here. Yeah, I don't know how valuable these navigator points necessarily are. But I think going down to 1 point makes sense. It puts it to a level that we can work with. I think yellow is generally what we want to travel on. Like yellow or green. Like green is great if it's there, but we'll travel on yellow. Let's do that. So that does appear to permanently downgrade it, which is nice. Ooh. Your lordship, I humbly ask that you grace me with an audience. I simply must inform you of a series of outrageous breaches of discipline that threaten to dissipate the dynasty's coffers. So I'm assuming that this is the kind of event I was told about, a story event which would override another one. So what we could do, if we wanted to, is we could save the game. We could go back to the saved game at the end of the voidship and be like, okay, well the next route we're going to take is going to be free, so therefore we can go along the red route, right? Because we know we're getting a story event rather than getting an event for travel. I'm not going to do that necessarily, but it's interesting to know it's there if we get in a bind. I think that's what I was being told with that one. Like, this event will just basically override anything else that could have happened, because only one thing will really happen to you on a trip. Okay, cool. Let's see what this guy has to say to us. Your lordship, I must report systematic and flagrant attacks on the dynasty's coffers perpetrated by your companion, Mistress Hidari. The Emperor as my witness, the worst rumors of her thieving ways proved to be a significant understatement of the reality. How much has her chicanery cost us? I have to say it because it sounds so good. Chicanery is a great word. Surprised by the question, Danrock vacillates before saying, On a protectorate-wide scale, the astronomical sum she's extorted from us seems negligible and not worthy of notice. Nevertheless, I cannot help but be outraged by her blatant exploitation of your goodwill. What crimes has he committed against the treasury? She is extorting bribes and oblations, gifts, favors for herself in particular. She is exploiting rumors of a connection between herself and your lordship to unscrupulously gather bribes from all and sundry, hinting at how displeased your lordship will be to hear if anyone is being uncooperative. I myself have found myself the victim of her attacks with particular frequency due to my position. Bring the embezzler to me. Alright, let's see what she has to say. You wish to see me, Shireen? She bestows a dazzling smile upon you and a look of pure contempt on Danrock. Okay. I have been informed that you've been soliciting bribes. Bribes? What ashmag besmirched their their worm-eaten lips with such a scurrilous lie? Actually, don't tell me. I don't even want to hear their blackened name. I have never demanded bribes from any of your vassals, but I have willingly accepted the gifts they have offered. Is that a crime? Mistress Hidari is quibbling over semantics. She may not demand anything directly, but she drops heavy hints. Perhaps this isn't about hints, but the habits of a rotten, venal soul accustomed to doling out bribes left and right and thereby draining the dynasty's treasury. I'd be curious to know, Danrock, how much of the von Valancia's fortune you have squandered by handing out bribes to people who did not ask for them. Okay. Why do you need such gifts? Do you not receive enough through working with me? I am a businesswoman, Shireen. I extract profit from everything. It's in my nature. When a desert lion catches the scent of blood, he will eat even if his belly is full. For who knows when the next feast will come? And besides, what girl doesn't like receiving gifts? Jay lowers her abashed gaze to the floor. The High Factotum is worried that you are exploiting your privileged position. The High Factotum should try to worry less. It's not good for the slanderous little heart that pumps blood around his ungrateful carcass. But I am surprised he was not worried before, when he showered me with generous gifts the moment I arrived on board. Of course, I will not accuse him of trying to buy my favor. The Factotum's face changes color to match his jacket, whose collar suddenly appears to be digging into his flabby throat. However, the source of these blessings dried up as soon as he learned of our connection, Shireen. I considered it profoundly wrong that our affection should have such an unhappy effect on my material well-being. Therefore, I took it upon myself to remind the High Factotum of his previous largesse. Okay. So this is a romance event. Interesting. Interesting. I don't think I'm going to say 1. I think 1 is a little bit rough. I think 3 is probably not what I want to do. I'm going to say 2. Janice, I henceforth you will furnish Jay with whatever she desires. Is that clear? Just basically because I think that if we're working together, we're going to show a little bit of trust. We'll see how that plays out. The High Factotum lets out an incoherent burble, sweeps into a deep bow, and hastily beats a retreat. With a vicious smile, Jay remarks in his wake, "Who would ever trust the word of a man who douses himself in perfume to cover up his body odor? Everyone knows that is a sure sign of a soul prone to deceit." Okay, interesting. So I'm assuming if we go back over here now, are you all right there, officer? Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm assuming if we go over here now, this will now allow us to go back to the map and be in the new place. Or maybe that wasn't an event. Are we here? We are here, yes. So that did allow us to bypass any other event. That's cool to know. Let's chart new routes. Let's see what we can find. So we now know a much safer route to the Telecos Epsilon. Okay. The Cradle of Kefri is over here. Now, I'm a little bit worried about this one. Kepri here. Because Kepri sounds like it's the same kind of theme as the Necrons. So to me, I'm a little worried by the name. I don't think it's necessarily connected, but, you know, I'm allowed to be a little bit worried. Okay, we also cannot see any other route where we have a quest, which is interesting. So we can't see any of the other bits that we needed to go to yet. Let's visit where we are. Let's go to Trinitos and see what's going on. Yeah. Seems like a good place to go. Oh, so we have a couple of unknown ships. Okay, that doesn't that does mean they're hostile, but it doesn't... I was going to say it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to attack us, but then I realized what I was saying. It does. But yeah, these might not be pirates. Let's have a look. Let's just go in. Just attack them. We're the rogue trader. This is our system by virtue of us being here. If you attack us, then, you know, it's self-defense.
The throne protects the faithful.
Iconoclast class destroyer. Okay, they did shoot at us. So these, I think, are chaos. You're gonna sit in front of me, are you? They've done some damage to our front. The fact that we're going last is not ideal. So it's done some damage to our side as well. Okay, have we got any weapons that we can fire immediately? Yes, we do. So we can fire the macro cannons here. Then, can we fire this? Not quite. So I go a little bit and then fire right in there. Not quite enough for a kill, but, you know. It's okay. Could do a turnaround. I want to do a swing run, actually. Yeah, let's do a swing run. Which will mean that the sides facing them are now shielded. I can turn slightly. So then let us hit this one. Oh no, turn slightly. Then let us hit this one. Why would that not let us hit them? I'm just trying to see what the angles are here. That would let me shoot you. Let's do that. Nice. We can shoot that one. We can't shoot this one because we don't have the angle, but we can shoot this one all the way over there for a good bit of damage. And then, yeah, let's summon a few of these guys here. Shoot out some torpedoes on the side where we're weak. See how that goes. Don't shoot my torpedoes. Okay, you shot me directly. That doesn't seem good. Yeah, that seems really bad. Okay, we are taking a huge amount of damage. This potentially was not my smartest move ever. Okay. Going behind me is very annoying. Plasma torpedoes. Go up here and explode. Let's go here first. Explode. Yeah, it seems good. We could do another swing run if we wanted to. I kind of want to go over here and just do as much damage as possible to this thing. If I moved up here, could I shoot it from the side? No, I'd need to go at least that far. That far? No. Just trying to see what my options are here. We turn this way, at least we're showing our back to this one, which is good. Then shoot you directly. Anything we can hit this guy with? Not from our current angle. Okay. Let's go straight up here and shoot. Followed by lance weaponing it. Okay. Now, don't actually want to turn around. We want to try and have our back to it here. Yeah. Just going for a long pass round. Great. If I do this, can I fire upon it? I can. Perfect. Let's do that. Hopefully that kills. It did. We're alive.
A commendable victory, rogue trader.
So we got ourselves some more macro cannons that do more damage, and we got 3 unholy amulets plus some scrap. Let's go to the upgrade screen. But before we do any upgrading, let's go to the oh my lord, I need to heal screen. My shields. There we go. Oh, not my shields, my hull. Oh, we leveled up. Ooh, okay. What do we want? So reinforce shields. A chosen sector of the flagship's void shields is reinforced until it suffers damage. The reinforced section has an increased chance of absorbing enemy attacks and loses only half its strength when absorbing damage. New heading. We can make its next turn at 90 degrees instead of 45. Flows of Imperium cause an enemy ship to immediately turn 45 or 90 degrees depending on the ship's maneuverability. If it's suffered hull damage, this abrupt turn deals additional damage. Then the arc augury. Next shot gains +2 range. I like warp wave, I think. And then we get to choose another one here. Maybe reinforced shields? Those sound sensible. Okay. So you have reinforced shields. Yeah, okay. On top of firing weapons, ship combat involves using abilities from various ship posts occupied by your trusted officers. Increase your ship's level to gain access to new abilities. Each post can have 2 basic abilities, 1 ultimate ability assigned to it. Only 1 ability from each post can be used each round. The cooldown time before an ability can be used again is determined randomly and can take up to 3 turns. Okay, so the 2 that we have on are fine, because they will apply those. Yeah. Okay, and then depending on what post they're in, it's what ability the companion brings to it. Or can use, potentially. Okay. Cool. Oh yeah, I wanted to have a look at our new gun that we got. So we got one that deals more damage. This one deals 21 damage. Okay, well I guess it should just go on one of them. Let's go port. Sure. It makes no difference. Basically, to me, I have no idea if the game favors port or starboard. You know? Let's go for the other ships. Yeah, let's see how this is gonna go. Let's clear out the ships. Okay. Let's try it again. What are we facing this time? These look like they're differently designed. So the last slot looked like they were basically our ships, so that chaos makes sense. But what are these ones?
Our faith will be
Aldari
tested.
Shadow Hunters. Oh, so these are Eldar. Okay, they're shooting torpedoes. Enemy torpedoes. The enemy has launched torpedoes. However, you can destroy them before you reach them. Torpedoes are always fired in salvos. They don't have shields or hull integrity. Every attack that hits a salvo destroys 1 torpedo per shot. From here on out, you may encounter clusters of small ships that follow the same rules in combat as torpedoes. Okay. What's this other thing you've got on you here? Hollow field. They have hollow projections. Each attack made has a chance of hitting the real thing or projection. If you hit the projection, then yeah. If you hit the projection, then you miss, but the projection is gone. Okay, well, I kind of feel like this makes sense to me then. It's just going to do multiple attack. Wait. This one? No, that's torpedo set. Maybe I want dorsal. Go another one. Shoot it. Let's try this. This might be really bad. We turn. I think we can shoot. Yeah, we can shoot more. Don't turn yet, though. Go with one of these. Okay. Turn. And fire. Okay. Kind of hoping that they might explode, but I guess not. Right, then put our torpedoes out. I mean, I guess it should make me less worried about our torpedoes, right? If they don't explode. I think I'm going to be hit on this side. Let's go starboard right. Let's reinforce that one. I don't know if that's the right move, but we can do that. Okay. Moving was the right move because it got us out of the way of the torpedoes. Okay. Ow. Torpedoes. Go around here. Makes sense to me. So now they're facing the right direction. We want to do a swing run, I think. Yeah, we want to do... Or torpedo control. Let's do a torpedo control. Fly in here first. Then explode. Well, that got the ship. That's definitely good. Right. Swing. Okay. Move up here. Shoot it. We're behind it, so they're going to struggle to get around to us. I think we're fine this turn. Let's reinforce our front, because it's likely going to be where we're hit, if they can hit us. Okay, they're way out. They exploded. Okay. They turn round. More torpedoes. Like this. Yeah, shoot them. There we go. We missed. Not really ideal. Shoot. Really? Turn it. There we go. And then strengthen this side, which is already hurt. Yeah, hopefully these don't get to do anything, because, you know, we killed all the ships. They do get to do something. Okay. That's fine. Swing. Alright. Turn like this. Oh, turn like this. Just go straight. Just go straight. Okay. They should explode this turn, I think. Let's see. Yeah.
A worthy deed.
That was a much better combat than the previous one. I got us wraithbone fragments and some scrap. Nice. Happy with that. That seemed relatively good. We've killed the ships. We are actually... Well, we're pretty much at full now. Yeah, there we go. Now we're at full. Cool. Right. Well, I think with that, I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.